Work hard, rock harder. The show that reveals how to get your band the success it deserves. Join Blasco and me, Seth, as we break down how to get more fans, more money, and not get screwed doing it.
In this episode of Work Hard, Rock Harder, I'm going to talk about something near and dear to my heart. It's that musician that just says, dude, I'm just here to do the music, man. Can't be bothered with all this MySpace, social media. That's just a bunch of crap, man. I'm here to pray. Why can't I just show up and play the music, dude? That's all I want to do. Music shows. That's all I'm going to do. Yep. This episode is dedicated to that musician. If you're listening to this, most likely you're not that musician. If you are that musician, I'm going to tell you some uncomfortable things. This show is dedicated to you. Ha! And by the way, this is the second time me trying to record this. Apparently, I didn't quite hit the record button the way I thought. I switched this window, I hit the button, but apparently I needed to hit it one more time. So this is the second time me going through this. Hopefully, I don't sound bored or anything like that. But, I won't, because this is an issue that's near and dear to my heart. Is, those, awesome musicians that don't want to put in the extra effort and work and even learn. Even if they do put in the effort and work, they don't want to learn and make their craft any better on those skills that needs to make your band a success. So let's get started. The first part that musicians need to learn to help make your band a success is education. You need to educate yourself on whatever skill it is that you're trying to learn or help with in your band. Of course, not learn. So let's say you're in charge of updating Twitter. You don't just jump on Twitter and just, of course, you need to learn the best ways of using Twitter. Once a week or a couple times a week, if your job in the band is being in charge of your Twitter account, you need to learn the best way to use that Twitter account. You need to learn how other great marketers are using that Twitter. If you're in charge of making t-shirts, you got to learn how to make the best damn t-shirt. If you're in charge of booking shows, you need to be on top of, you need to learn the best ways to book shows, the best venues to look for. You need to be educated on how to do this. Of course, there's stuff with the School of Hard Knocks. You learn as you do things. But I mean, there's a lot of education online that helps you get there faster. For instance, this podcast, quite a few other great blogs out there that give you a ton of cool information. I mean, if you read these blogs, there's bands out there that don't even play live. They play on YouTube, and they sell a lot of money, and they make a comfortable living doing so. So don't even have to play those live shows. Dog barking? Anyway. I'm running on 2 hours of sleep, and I just forgot my coffee. I'm going to be right back, because there's no way I can do this without my coffee. So you're going to hear a cut, and through the magic of editing, I'll be right back. And boom! I am back with my coffee. It's like nothing happened. It's like I just instantly reappeared with my coffee. Anyway, 2 hours of sleep here. I'm being silly, so you're going to have to deal with me. Yeah. So I guess, 2 hours. I'm getting up. I'm doing this. You know why? It's called motivation. That's the second thing. You got your education going on, but you got to be motivated to actually do this stuff. You got to be motivated to educate yourself, because you're going to hit these times where it's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. You're going to see all the stuff you need to learn and do, and you're going to be like, screw this. I'm just going to play guitar, dude, and show up, man. It's all about the music. No. That's just resistance talking to you. That's the stuff that's getting in your way, that mental barrier block that's just trying to prevent you from doing good things for your band. You need to work past that. You need to keep going. You need to just go, okay, this is going to suck, but one step at a time. Just take the baby steps. If you see a ton of shit, chop it down into small, manageable tasks that you can do. Everyone has to deal with this mountain of crap. But, you just take the first step. What's the smallest thing I can grab, I can learn today and do? Just start that way. It's just like cleaning a room. Even though I'm a slob, so I'm not the best person to talk about cleaning a room. But, if you're not motivated, you see a room that's completely trashed, you're just going in to clean a hoarder's house or something. You just look at the first thing. Look at this corner. It's like, how can I get this one corner clean? It's like, all right, cool. I'm going to just grab the stuff from this corner. Just grab the one thing and start and get it going. Just do that. Put it in the trash bag. Cool. That's step number one. You don't look at the whole thing because then it's overwhelming. You can't get to it. It's because it's impossible if you look at the whole thing. But if you just look at one little tiny part of it, you can do it. So don't let that... There's a good book out there called The War of Art. It's by, I think his name's Stephen Pressfield. But he talks about those things that get in your way of doing what you need to do. I highly recommend this book. I'll put it in the show notes. It's called The War of Art. And what he talks about is a thing called resistance. And resistance is... it's almost like a monster in this book, but the resistance is the thing that gets in your way from doing the stuff you need to do. You need to fight through that resistance. It's going to be there forever, even though you love, even writing your music, even though you love writing music, you love doing all these things. Resistance is going to be there at every single corner. It's just going to be there. You're writing a song and it's like, I don't know how to get to this riff. And, you do everything else. You get on Facebook, you get on Twitter, you do everything except, get the thing done. What you need to just turn off the Facebook, turn off the TV, turn off Twitter, turn off everything. And just grapple through that no matter how painful it is. Because there is pain, there's effort, there's hard work, there's stuff you got to force yourself to do. But once you fight through that resistance, the other side is so rewarding. You learn something. You are now a better person. You now have accomplished something. So that's part of motivation, is working through the hard stuff, the stuff you don't want to do. Whenever you hear yourself, man, I just want to do the music, man. I don't want to do all this stuff, man. That's resistance talking. That's not you wanting to be a successful musician. That's resistance. That's you trying to give up, trying to find a way out, and trying to sound tough doing it. You don't sound tough. You sound like you just want the one person in your band that's doing all the work. It sounds like it makes you sound like an asshole, actually. Because there is one person in the band that's doing all the work, and you're just like, dude, I just want to show up and play shows. You're the asshole. You are the asshole. The other person's got the whole band on their shoulders. They're trying to start a business all by themselves, and you're not lifting a finger. You're doing the easy, fun stuff, which is showing up and playing and jumping around on stage. That's the easy stuff. Everyone can do that. Everyone. That's the easy, fun stuff. So, yeah, motivation, fight through the resistance. When it seems too hard, just keep going. It gets better. There's always something hard. Just learn that skill of working through it. I mean, we all face it. Even I'm facing it. I face it and I don't want to deal with crap, and sometimes I'm like, okay, I'll just turn on CSI Miami, let David Caruso take my cares away. I'm not going to do a David Caruso impression, no. Anywho's. So, once you got that motivation, the next thing is action. So, you can be motivated, you can learn this stuff, be educated, but if you don't do it, it doesn't matter how much you know. You can learn just a little bit and do it, and that's more valuable than reading 10 books and subscribing to 300 blogs and learning 10 million, being the most educated person and most motivated person on the planet without doing anything. The one person that just reads one thing and goes out and does it and see if it works or not, that's the person that's going to succeed. You got to take what you learn, act on it, learn from it, then go and do it again. I mean, it all feeds back into each other. You take action, you learn from your own actions, and then you go educate yourself some more. You get motivated, and then you go back and do more action. And then you learn, fail. I mean, you're going to fail. Don't be afraid to take an action that seems weird or uncomfortable. Go do it. Just do it. See what happens. Correct course. If it doesn't jive right, don't be offended. So, something else I see from musicians is, once they fail and then they start getting critical feedback from their bandmates, and then they freak out and they go off, retreat into themselves. Like screw you guys. I'm not going to do this anymore because I didn't. I guess that could feed into that resistance thing. But that's what happens. You have to kind of grow a thick skin. People are going to give you negative stuff. You're going to get negative reviews. You're going to get people making fun of you on Twitter and YouTube. When you put your stuff out there, people are going to insult you. They're going to make fun of you. They're not going to pull any punches. You know, your bandmates are going to be critical of what you do, you know, but the important part is to keep doing it and keep perfecting. You listen to some of what they say, some things you throw out because you don't care. You know, some people are just being mean, whatever. You know, grow a thick skin, but keep doing and learning and failing. Fail gloriously. Put your stuff out there and fail. Be okay with failing. It's through failing that you learn how to succeed. If you don't fail gloriously, fail wonderfully, you never learn how to succeed. Your band will never get there. Got anything else to add? No, I don't. That's it. Education, motivation, action. Do it. Do it now. So yeah, when you hear someone whining in your band, man, or if you are the whiner, go listen to this episode. Go read The War of Art. Think about it. Steve Jobs said, I just want to make computers, man. I don't want to do any of this learning how to speak on stage or do any great, unveiling or think about the future of computing. I mean, come on. What do you think his company would be if he didn't have any of these education motivations or taking action on these things? Would he just be another employee at some tech company while somebody else goes out there and makes the new iPhone? You know, your band's not going to make it when you just sit there and think you can't think like an employee. Someone's not going to do the work for you. They're not going to do it for you. You're now an entrepreneur. You are someone who goes out there and creates awesomeness in this world. You create great things. You also have to put that business hat on and learn how to monetize that, how to market it, how to get it out there into the world so you can, make a living off your art. So, yeah, don't dismiss yourself because you are a musician, that you can't learn things and become a great entrepreneur within music. You can do it. It's just simply changing your mindset. That's all it is, your mindset. You change your mind on how you want to be, and that's it. As soon as you change your mind, you can learn everything in the world and you can act on it. You become the top businessman. You can be the next Mark Cuban. You can be the next, Mumford & Sons, whatever. You can do it. It's your mindset that determines your level of success. That's it. I mean, there's going to be a lot of failure. Of course there's going to be failure. Failure is just learning. Without failure, you have nothing. So anyway, go out and do it. I think I've done enough making you feel guilty about being a whiner in your band. So stop whining, grow a thick skin, and start doing. Contribute meaningfully to your band. And who knows, you might make a living at this shit. I am Chris Seth Jackson. Go check out my website, howtorunaband.com. You can sign up for a free ebook there to get more fans to your shows. So sign up there, give me your email address, and yeah. You can always, if you have any questions, you can always hit me up at seth@howtorunaband.com. And my brain is starting to fail because the coffee is not hitting the neurons fast enough. I'm going to take one more sip and close this out. So we love iTunes reviews. So if you really get value from Work Hard, Rock Harder podcast, we'd love it if you just give it a 5-star rating. Or you can also, I want to feature bands and your remarks on there. So if you have something cool you want to say about this podcast, leave a review and we'll read your review on the air. Yeah, make sure you leave your band's name on there because I can't tell from the little names that iTunes puts on there what your real name is. So, leave your information in the review so we can give you a shout out on the show. So until the next time, man, get educated, get motivated, and put that shit into action. Take care. Bye.
We want to hear from you. If you have a question that you want us to answer on the show, give us a call at 765-507-9474. Again, that's 765-507-9474. We can make a whole show out of your question. To learn more about us, visit Blasco at bloganddestroy.net and visit me, Seth, at howtorunaband.com. And remember to work hard and rock harder.